Welcome back to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today, we will be going over the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona in 18 karat white gold with Roman numeral hour marks on a Meteorite Dial. Reference number 116519. That's right, a Meteorite Dial. This is a legacy professional timekeeper that does not compromise in style or luxury and ever dwindling in number, as Meteorite is no longer publicly accessible due to restrictions on trade. As such, this is a long discontinued timepiece, as it was produced no later than, say, the late 2000s or pushing it into the early 2010s. And as we see here, this is an earlier piece as it is offered on a leather style strap. We'll be going over the case, the bezel, crystal, dial, crown, the movement, and this strap, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on those throughout the video. This case measures 40 millimeters in diameter from finger to thumb. It has that monoblock middle case, as you would expect of any Rolex made in the 21st century, made of 18 karat white gold, Rolex's own patented gold that retains that high polish in addition to strength and durability. The back contains the typical screw down case back there, and if you had any doubts, there are tiny hallmarks underneath each lug to show you that it is indeed a precious metal, in this case white gold. All right, entirely white gold in construction. All right, so the right side contains that signature Rolex winding crown and two chronograph pushers for interval timekeeping. The crystal on the front is a transparent, scratch-resistant sapphire, so there's no fear of suit threads or buttons potentially damaging it. The bezel on here is a fixed white gold ceramic and engraved with a tachymetric scale, allowing you to keep track of event occurrences per hour, such as how many laps a race car has made per hour, or a more practical application for most of us would be to track distance over time, say on a road trip, on a Sunday drive, or providing your speed is consistent. The dial on here finally is literally unique, as no two Meteorite dials are exactly alike. Through a very precise oxidation process, these patterns, as you can see on the dial, dancing back and forth as I move it throughout the light box, are accentuated so that they retain their appearance clearly throughout its lifetime. And as I mentioned before, Meteorite is no longer publicly available, and all further pieces with Meteorite dials reduce Rolex's ever dwindling supply, and understandably so. Meteorite is not necessarily easily available, as this dial literally came from outside of Earth's atmosphere, formed in the vast expanse of space, and in typical Rolex fashion, they've applied white Roman numeral hour marks for an elegant presentation of classical appearance that complements the timelessness and accompanies something beautiful like the formation of rock that can really only occur in outer space, nowhere on planet Earth. And before I start having an existential crisis thinking about the negligibly small size and length of my own life and the life of everyone around me, we can go on to the function of this timepiece. All right, so as you can see, nothing here actually illuminates. As I turn off the lights here, it is entirely dark. No glow-in-the-dark features here, so be sure to use this during the day, and certainly during the day you should, because that way you can fully appreciate the texture and just the beautiful presentation here set forth on that Meteorite dial. All right, looking at the crown here, it has that crown logo and three little dots there, meaning the trip-lock waterproofness system. And as you can see on there, it has that rubber gasket in there and probably further sealing within. So they say that this is waterproof down to 100 meters or 330 feet when screwed tightly against the case, but I'm willing to bet that it is actually potentially more, because that trip-lock waterproofness system comes on the likes of the Submariner watches that go down even further than 100 meters. All right, so unwinding it to the first position allows you to wind the watch from a dead stop, about 15 to 20 full rotations or so, typical Rolex fashion there. pulling it out to the only other position, all right, actually allows you to hack that seconds hand, the small seconds at the 6 o'clock, which no longer is moving because now I can precisely move the minute hand to any position I want. All right, push the crown back in, screw it tightly against the case, and maintain that water resistance. And when it comes to water resistance, the same applies to these chronograph pushers, also made to look with that same exact texture as you can feel on the crown, that ribbing there. And note that you can have it run, you can lock it so that you don't accidentally unceremoniously stop that center chronograph hand. All right, the column wheel inside actually allows it to continue running with no potential friction or damage to the internal workings of the watch. So you can just keep that running as long as you'd like to run in conjunction with your small seconds hand, if you so desire a large center seconds hand. All right, and as I am here to demonstrate, the chronograph can be stopped by pressing the top button again if it is still running, and you can simply reset it using the bottom button. Sets all of these dials back to 0, the 30-minute and the 12-hour subdials as well. All right, and be sure to screw those back in for that superior water resistance. All right, and so what allows all of this to work is the timepiece's movement. The Legacy 4130 caliber with a ±2 second time differential per 24 hours, exceeding Swiss standards of timekeeping. It is a perpetual, mechanical, and self-winding timepiece, so you only need to wind it once fully and continue winding it throughout the day. The oscillator contains high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers and Parachrome blue hairspring to prevent electromagnetic interference, keeping the movement consistent in nearly any condition. The power reserve on this Daytona, 72 hours, so you can set it down for literally 3 whole days, not pick it up until the 3rd or on your 4th day literally, and only then will you really need to wind the crown. All right, and when it comes to the strap here, it is a brown alligator leather strap made with a light beige or ecru style stitching color there, leading down a nice taper on both sides with those large scales, so there's no super huge interruption there. A very nice rhythm going all the way down to this clasp. It is the older style of the safety clasp, so it works as you would assume. Just simply lift the safety there. You can lift the clasp open, and there you go. It has the fold over style clasp, the older style with the large round button in there to fit within the reception hole there. And note that there's no easy link extension here. It's a manual little spring in there that must be moved with a special tool, or if you're highly skilled with a toothpick, don't use a toothpick, but if you're highly skilled with a toothpick, that will work as well. All right, and while we're here, I can also try on this timepiece. Let me zoom out a bit here. All right, note that the curvature should match my wrist before I fold it over. Nice and easy as you like, and close that safety. All right, now on the wrist, my wrist is about average size, 7.25 to 7.5 inches in circumference. So when it comes to the 40mm look here on this Daytona, it actually fits rather nicely because I am getting quite a bit of framing with this leather strap here. Not too much, but a tasteful amount that really fits this overall look. The brown strap gives it a tiny bit of color contrast, while the dial with those red hands, the chronograph hand and all the small chronograph and the small seconds hand, all working in unison, along with that, if you look very closely, you also have that tiny signifier in the center, just under the center, in red letters, Daytona, also showing you that this is certainly one for the races, and certainly an excellent execution of color and contrast here with patterning and texture. This piece has it all. All right, and when it comes to how these straps fit onto these lugs, it will take a bit of effort to get it fitted with a proper metal link system, but honestly, with a leather strap, this gives it a very distinct look. And as you know, wearing leather for a long time does wear it out, but that is what is called patina. A patina is effectively the natural wear over time of any sort of leather product, inside and out. I didn't show you the underside of this, so I'll show you now. It has that lighter beige coloring as well, matching that stitching that you can see on the front. All right, and so all of that together, when it wears out over time, you get those natural folds and creases here and there, tiny little bends that allow it to take on a characteristic and a specific color that only can be made by you, the wearer. All right, so if you were to give this to someone else, it would take on a completely different characteristic based on their wearing habits, their lifestyle choices. All right, so when it comes to uniqueness, you can certainly find it in this watch. When it comes to the strap, unique upon your wrist when you wear it. The dial, unique because literally no other Meteorite dial, Daytona, Day-Date, you name it, does not have this exquisite pattern. Those diagonals and those intersections, the vertices here, all lend it to a very, very nice presentation, and certainly a conversation piece. When people would just say, you know, well, how much did you pay for your Rolex? Well, that doesn't matter. Look at this amazing dial from outer space. Don't you wish you could have a piece of space on your wrist? Well, enough of what I think. What do you think? Leave a comment down below, and be sure to like this video as it helps our channel out. Be sure to subscribe as it also helps out our channel. Click that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video. And as always, if you want to purchase this watch or any other watch, be sure to visit us at jazztime.com, discontinued or current production.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.